Yes, back to our wonderful table again, one more time. And well, my speech is going to be more clear now that I have a brand new grid on my teeth. Thank you, Lord. Okay, I see that a lot of people, well, for me it's a lot, and I thank God for that, were interested with PMT, PPMT, all these financial functions. That's true, they are really, important to be known. That's very interesting. So we performed last week the PMT, PPMT, PV, NPER, and interest portion. So remember the interest portion, as I said, it's a simple subtraction called PMT minus PPMT. This is our result. You can always, take a look at the editing toolbar. You can see all the functions. And by the end of our tutorial called Excel Functions Made Easy by Yeshua, we are going to be showing all the functions. Actually, we can just take a look at all of them right now. In order to do that, we have to go by, yes, I think it's formula, yes, and show formulas. Tap formulas and symbol show formulas placed in the formula auditing group. So we click here and we have all functions right here. So the index, match index, index match, and then Xlookup, if you see all the functions really clearly. So I'm going to let you take a look at them all right now. So as you see here, the minus in front of the financial functions, except by NPER, which is the number of payment. And here, I don't know why they don't show the, the validation list function, because we go do that by tab data. It's another one. But here, you remember that we have performed that also together. And here, very important, is also all these ifs you see here. The other kind of ifs I wanted to show you with the absolute reference with the flash fill, and then we have our beautiful some ifs with the wild card, the K and the beginning with K and you don't know, and then containing O. I mean, we made that together. And yes, now you see that we made a proper work together. So let's go back to our normal view. And here I wanted to go back here also. You remember the NPER function, and we did as present value. I did choose a 12,000 because I didn't want it to be a big number of payment, if you know what I mean. But we can use this time also our PV value we found last week together, which is this one, PV 53, and it's going to be a lot of payment. So that's why you're going to understand why. Here you see we have 230 payments. This is too much. Why? Because the PV here is really high. Like you see the result is 53,000, blah, blah, blah. That's why here I did choose, instead of our found PV value, I did choose to insert another random, like 12,000. It's better, so we have only 39 payments. You know what I mean? Okay. Yes, we are completely done with this one. All right, so now we can move on with the Vlookup. This one is so easy, but it's very interesting to know. Well, let's start. Equal Vlookup. This is what we have to choose. And now they want what is our lookup value. Let's take a look at the table and choose something. Let's choose A18, for instance. Why not? And then now we are asked to give the table array. I hope you can see right. Table array. Let me go more like this. So you see, they want the table array this time. And it's important to know that by VLOOKUP, when you choose a table array, please don't choose the headings in it, because it's going to be complicated. Except they ask you to, but normally you don't have to. So we start by A2, and we hold Control and Shift together, so we don't have to scroll. So it's completely selected. And now we are asked to insert the column index number. So now you can just choose any column, except they ask you the specific one. But when you exercise at home, you can choose the column you want at the end of the day. What do you want to know? You want to know about the price of the A18 value, or you want to know the streets? What do you want to know about the lookup value? Yeah, I don't care right now. Let's choose, like, for instance, column 3, and then false. False here means exact match. Me too. I don't understand why they call it false when it's exact match, but this is Excel. Now we choose false exact match. And enter. And now we have the first name Robert, because we have chosen the column number 3, A, B, C, and C is 3, column number 3. But now let me bold this one again, because so you can see better. Now we have Robert. But what if we change the column, then we just choose like the column number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for instance. 7 is going to give us the salaries, because it's the column of the salaries. This is the salary, 75236. If we choose another column, like the column number 8, this is the address, the street of A18, Vlookup. Vlookup is here in this list, in the list of the location. You can choose the lookup value which you want, and then you can change the column. Just exercise at home. So now for the H-lookup, well, VLOOKUP means vertical lookup, by the way. Vertical, like when you're standing. And H-lookup means horizontal lookup, meaning, horizontal, like, when you're sleeping in your bed, you are horizontal. You're laying horizontal. Okay, now for the H-lookup, we need a horizontal table and not a vertical one. This one is vertical, and we need a horizontal one. So I have prepared another sheet called the H-lookup table, abbreviation. And what we have to do is to copy the vertical table and transpose it in horizontal, position. So we are selecting the whole table with the header, and we Control C. And then we go to this one, to the one just, I hope you can see the tab down here, okay, to this one. And we're just going to go ahead and place it right here. But for the pasta, we have to choose transpose, which is this symbol right here, the last one of the list up there. And we choose transpose. And here we have our table in horizontal position. The same one we had there is right here. So I think I have to adjust I have to select it all so I can format it by choosing the auto fit column white. So now we have all the numbers appearing right. You can see them all. Well, this table is kind of strange. Actually, I want everything placed like this. It's better. Okay, looks better. Okay, this is our tables right now, just for the H-lookup function. Like you can see yourself, this sheet is really full. This is full house here. So that's why I choose to do the H-lookup function here. Our result is going to be right here, where it's written H-lookup. Let me yellow this one so you know what we are doing right now. So let's start. Let's start on this sheet just for the H-lookup. Equal H-lookup. We choose lookup value. Just let's take a random one. For instance, K1. Why not K1 or G1, whatever. This is an example. Usually the exercise gives you the lookup value you have to be, dealing with. And now the table array of the horizontal table, we shift and control at the same time. We hold it and we select so that we don't have to scroll, And then the row index, we are going to put just like 3. We have so many rows right now. We can put row 3, for instance. And they're going to ask us the same thing, the exact match. This is what we choose. And enter. And our result is Anna. The first name we were looking for is Anna. So you can change also the row number here. Let's put the row 2 and see what comes. Donhofer. If we change, we put the row 5. We have the streets, you see. So the H-lookup is like the V-lookup. Is really, it's easy to deal with. So now that we have our H-lookup here, I hope you will remember. Let's go back here to start the next function is going to be, because the validation list, you remember we performed it before. As I told you, the list is here. H-lookup, we are just going to write, the value we found here. We can copy this one. So I just copied the result of our H-lookup value right here. This is the one we have. We do it here because, it's easier for me. I don't have space for a table, horizontal table here. So now we are done. We can start the Randbetween. Now the Randbetween is very, very interesting too. It's just like in Word, the random text to generate, function, which is called, let's go now to Word and take a look at it. Now on a Word document, an empty one, let's try this rand function I'm talking about to generate a random text. You can put something inside the brackets or nothing. You're still going to have your text, you see. Let's do the same, putting some values in it, because here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. This is just random. So you see now we have 3, 5. Now we hit enter and you see you have 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. And each has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. You see, this is what I'm talking about. And now let's go back to our Excel sheet. And here we have this function called Randbetween. Here I did put like in Word Advanced, so we don't need that one no more. That was just for you to understand a little bit what we are going to be talking about in this function. This one is called Randbetween on Excel to generate random numbers, not random text. In Word, it's rand for random text. On Excel, it's Randbetween for random numbers. Okay, so we enter the function equal Randbetween. You can choose right here. And then you can see the definition popping up. Returns a random number greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1. Evenly distributed. Changes on recalculation. So Randbetween, make sure you really choose it. And here it's telling you bottom and top. Bottom, it's going to be like, let's say 150. And top is going to be 1,758. And we close, and this is what we get. This is a random number between 150 and 1,758. And if you want to extend, you're going to get more of these random numbers. It depends on the size of the table you want. Now I can just make a line because I ain't got no more space. But this is a list of random numbers. You see, just for you to understand what Randbetween function is all about. And it's really, really, really interesting. You see what I mean? Okay, now we're going to bold this one so we remember. And the rest, well, I'll keep the rest for you. Okay. Now, a run between function is done. And now we go to a more complicated one called ChooseRandbetween function with absolute references. And this one is going to be the last for today, the last, not the least. So let's start the ChooseRandbetween function with absolute references. This one is also, it's very, very interesting. Let's start so you can see what I'm talking about. Equal choose first. This is a function to choose. And we want to combine it with the Randbetween. We choose. And here inside, Randbetween. We choose Randbetween. So the function is called now ChooseRandbetween. What do we want now? The bottom is going to be 1. This is my choice right now. And the top is going to be 3, because I don't want to do too much. And then we close the parentheses. Now we have chosen, and now we are going to start with the Randbetween. The Randbetween is going to be, let's choose which column now. Let's choose the location. Let's choose this one, this value called the muddling. We choose 3 value. And we choose this one too. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. And now we have to insert the absolute, or else it's not going to work. F4, second value F4, and last value also F4. And yes, we forgot to close the bracket. Now we close the bracket, we choose yes, and now we have here muddling, because it did choose run between the values we have chosen before. That was H27, starting here. These are the 3. Let me bold them so you can see better. You see? These are the 3 random values we have chosen. That's why in the front of the value, let's just highlight also the function in the editing toolbar. I have chosen 1, 2, 3 because I didn't want to absolute a bunch of location names. And when you choose them, you choose to insert the absolute reference, or else it's not going to work. This is what the ChooseRandbetween is all about. Okay, I hope you understand the idea, and I hope you can, just choose to exercise at home until you make it perfect. Exercise makes the master indeed. All right, I think we are good for today. We have done together, we have performed the Vlookup. Let me go back to it. You can see the function right here, and then for the H-lookup, I just inserted the value copied here. This is our result, and this is our H-lookup value here on the second sheet called the H-lookup table, HLT. And then let's go back there. And then we have performed what the validation list was already performed. And then we performed the Randbetween, which is really easy to understand. And the rest of the random numbers generated are here. And this is ChooseRandbetween. I hope you understand the value. Okay, next, if God willing, we are going to perform together the average if, the average if, and average ifs. These are going to be the last. So, just to remind you that we have performed, how many? 22, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say 26 to 27 functions together. Remember, we performed also the ifs with wildcards. Let me just highlight it again. No, sorry. The result is here. The sum ifs with wildcards. We performed also, oh Lord, what did I do? Let me go back, undo, and here enter again. And we performed also the you remember the other kind of effect with absolute references and flash fill. You remember? This is flash fill right here, the pass fail just. Okay, that is like 27 functions together. So we made it really great so far. Thank you for watching. May God bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you shalom. And see you next time if God's willing. Bye-bye.